Hello, this is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update with the eclipse coming up. So thank you for being here. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. The eclipse is just a few hours away, a couple hours away actually, Eastern time. And get ready. Get ready to say goodbye to the past, to life as we know it. Whatever it means for you at this time. It has multiple meaning for multiple people, depending on where we are at on our journey. But basically, it's the healing of the union with self, the healing of the link, the mind, body, spirit connection. It's the healing of a long cycle of clearing and purging for a lot of people. And for other people, it's the start of this clearing and healing cycle. It always depends on where we are on our journey and the work that has been done. You may be feeling these changes already. You may be feeling very different, lightheaded perhaps, because these energies are very high in vibrations. And they're coming in, pushing away everything that is no longer aligned with your highest self. It's basically your highest self, your higher self saying, hey, it's time to align with me now. And of course, it depends where you're at in your life. You may not be feeling this. You may be feeling something different. You may be feeling very lost at this point. And that is true too, because in between eclipses and during eclipse season, things are left and right, up and down, and we're being pulled in many different directions, either as a form of a test or either to help us see where we lack in alignment and balance, help us see where we need to go, what we need to let go. And this eclipse is a major one. Major in the sense of, and that will sound repetitive, sorry, that came out so awful. That may sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's a cycle. Like I've explained before, it's a cycle. But this eclipse is about higher consciousness, higher awareness, better alignment, better balance, healing of the Holy Trinity, spirit, mind, body. Mind, body, soul. The perfect alignment of this, if you're ready for that. That is. If you're not there yet, well, keep at it. It's coming your way. It just means that there's still some work to be done, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you do it. We're all being pushed to align to our truth and what we know to be our truth in our hearts, to not look outside of ourselves for validation. People that are still, and I shouldn't say it this way because I don't want it to sound like a judgment. It is not. People that are looking outside for validation will be shown how the truth is in their hearts and only their hearts, and they need to follow it, listen to it, align to it. That's what the eclipse is about, and that's for everyone. Twin flame, divine feminine, divine masculine, the collective, everyone. So if you are in a situation or a position where you have many questions on your mind and you can't seem to find the answers, just be patient. It's coming. The eclipse will bring new energies and new situations for you to see more clearly where you need to go, to see and to connect with your truth. And that's a hard work to do, because at times it's very easy to get lost. It's very easy to listen left and right until we feel uneasy inside saying, hey, that's not me. That's not my path. That's not my truth. And a lot of people have been through these situations lately. They've been confronted by either people judging them, people telling them, look, you're on the wrong path. This is what you need to do. And not being able or not knowing where to go and just feeling lost. And that's okay. When you do feel lost, allow yourself to go down, deep down inside, down to rock bottom, to the bottom of the barrel, for you to figure out your truth and your alignment. Nobody else can tell you. People can serve as guides, can bring some information, support to help you figure it out. But at the end of the day, it's only you that can know 100% what's your truth. And sometimes we don't know. We're like 50% sure, 75% sure. That's fine. It just means that this decision is not ready to be made yet. The only thing to do is to leave it aside and detach. Detach from knowing, detach from predicting the future, detach from the need to know, and just live freely. As far as twin flames go, there's a major healing phase for the divine masculine, whatever it means for them, where they are at on their journey, but major forgiveness, new life for them, new life for the twin flame. For a long time, the divine masculine was kind of stuck, not moving too much, not forgiving, resisting a little bit. This is the past now. It's not going to happen overnight, of course, but it's part of the past, and they're going to change. That process has started already. For a lot of the divine masculine, where they weren't in contact or communication with the divine masculine, feminine, they now do acknowledge the connection, as if they are bowing down to the feminine, saying, I'm sorry, I was seeing the wrong thing about you. They realize how they were projecting, transposing other situation onto the connection, and now they're seeing their truth. Therefore, they're able to see the truth about the connection. And the forgiveness part is also towards themselves, not necessarily towards the feminine, but themselves, for what they have gone through, for what they were unable to see clearly, or for how they let other people step over them. There's an energy of peace showing up and coming, and an energy of harmony and really of collaboration. Basically, translating into a 180-degree shift for a lot of people, changing important things in our lives. If on the opposite end of this, you're feeling like your life is not changing that much, you feel somewhat comfortable, but you know that there are some missing parts, go ahead and place your intentions for those changes to show up and keep moving forward. They will show up. That's a law of the universe. As long as you keep moving, as long as you do what you need to do, meditate, cleanse, purge, release, detach, your destiny will come and meet you when it's the right time. So it's also a really important phase for retrieving ourselves. A lot of people are feeling lost. I know I have. Some moments I was very lost, not knowing where I needed to go. But all of that is changing with the eclipse. We're being shown our path, our road. The waiting period is over, and it's only a matter of executing and being in the action to make this happen. So retrieving ourselves, if we look at it on different levels, from a physical point of view, it's retrieving your personality. Because I know a lot of people feel at times that they've lost their mojo, they've lost themselves, they feel like they're only a shadow of themselves. So that will change. On a spiritual level, it means healing. And on an emotional level, it means healing as well. It means that a great deal of healing has been happening. And for a lot of twin flames, it's been going on in the connection. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden you feel like you're unblocked and you don't understand what changed. It's probably from the connection and the divine masculine that has been healing. I know some people who've been working on some things for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years without too much progress, and they're now just starting to see the progress because as a collective, as a whole, humanity has changed. Humanity has reached a level of consciousness never seen before, and even more consciousness is coming with the eclipse. That's why this one is so important, and that's why it's so important to be ready for change and to embrace it and to just be happy about what's happening at this time, because it truly is magic unfolding right before our eyes. If you're struggling at this point, it might just be the last thing before everything changes. You know, that last drop that will make everything topple over. It's the final steps of this clearing. And it doesn't mean it's the last clearing, but final step of this cycle of clearing and healing. And for a lot of people, it means major changes, major shifts forward, major steps forward, like giant steps forward. And you may be feeling this if you just notice it yourself, how different you are this week from last week. The energies are so potent and strong, moving quickly. We sometimes don't even realize how fast we change. We keep on hanging on to what hasn't changed yet, instead of being grateful for what has changed. It is a very good time to be grateful, to be alive, to be grateful for what is going on in the cosmos and here on Earth. So many people have worked so hard to clear, to release, to heal, and to just be happy. For a lot of them, they are just about to, I want to say, see the impossible become possible, because that's what I'm feeling. Of course, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same thing, the same way for everyone. Everyone is so different. Everyone makes different decisions, and things can change in an instant by the decisions that we make. If you've been surrendering, though, if you've been doing your due diligence in your work and your homeworks and doing self-care, self-healing, self-awareness, get ready to see major changes. Major in every aspect, every way possible, but mainly into whatever you felt was holding you back before is about to change. Whatever was annoying before is about to change. Connection with people are becoming and will become stronger, deeper. The higher level of consciousness applies to everything. So whatever connections you have in your life, twin flame or not, but take all the connections that you have, friendships, your colleagues, family, even with strangers. If you listen close enough and if you watch close enough, you're going to see those changes happening in those connections. A level of communication like we've never seen before, a level of understanding each other like we've never seen before, a level of compassion like we've never seen before. And that makes my heart so happy when I think about the amount of compassion and empathy and love that is coming, because a lot of people will be much lighter, brighter, happier. And that's a very big change that we've been waiting for, that is welcomed at this time. And That is the show, basically, that we've been all waiting for. Part of the show, anyway. Let's not get into the conclusions of, yeah, but I was waiting for the event. That's not what I'm talking about. The event, in my opinion, is meant to happen on an individual basis every day and motivated by the amount of work that you do. At this point, what really matters is to be in surrender mode, being grateful, and to be ready to have the intention. It's not necessary to be feeling all these changes and these energies to be part of this. Having the intention is enough. So if you can meditate today and take a moment to place your intentions on what you want to see for the next 6 months or until the next eclipse season, is going to help. And then focusing on that, putting your intention, your love onto that, a little bit every day, is going to help manifest it. That's where the magic happens. So if I go back to the Divine Masculine, healing and forgiveness, a lot of them have changed so much. They are, and I know I say that all the time, but it's an ongoing process. They see things very differently. And again, be careful. Only yourself can validate what is going on in your twin flame connection, meaning that you're part of it. Meaning that whatever people are saying outside, be careful, because a lot of interference has been going on lately. Of people saying things not to be mean, but because they weren't able to see it and differently. They weren't able to see that higher level. They were just seeing what their eyes could see, therefore unable to imagine or think that things could be different on another level. So the shift, the 180-degree shift that I was talking about, the Divine Masculine is going through that at this time, or is about to go through that at this time. And 180-degree doesn't necessarily mean going from hot or cold to hot overnight. It can apply to a specific situation, something they've been trying to solve for quite a while, because a lot of the Divine Masculine have been going through major tower moments. And the Divine Feminine was feeling this by the ripple effect and the rebound effect of this connection. And they had to go through that in order to realign themselves, in order to see their truth, to let go of the resistance, because a lot of them were in their mind, using their ego, using their thinking process to resist whatever their higher selves were saying to them or sending them. And now they can't. It's not an option anymore. They will align. And it's a process that takes time. Nobody can speed it up. It takes work, love, and time. And love is always the answer. More love. So this is it for now. I just wanted to do a very short, quick video on the eclipse that is coming. Apparently, we can see it if you're in the Eastern time zone, starting at 4:30 p.m. or something like that. It's worth checking it out. Sorry, that came out wrong. It's worth stepping outside to take a look, basically. And if you can't see it, that's okay. Just concentrate on getting those energies. Thank you for being here and listening. You can follow me on social media, on Instagram at IndigoGirl555, on Facebook at Indigo Girls Readings. You can also use my email to get in touch at indigogirl555@gmail.com. Thank you so much and happy eclipse.